Do you not sleep ever?
No, I do sleep, and it's so funny because that's what people say. Like they're like, I don't know how you do it because you must get no sleep. I actually do get the right amount of sleep every night. That's my rule. And so, but if I'm writing till 6 in the morning, I'll sleep till 2 in the afternoon, and it's the only thing that keeps me healthy and sane. And so if like last night, for example, I got 6.5 hours of sleep, and it's now 3 o'clock, and I'm ready to like fall over. So it's an unconventional way of approaching business because most people think you get up early in the morning and you go to bed at night. I will just work around the clock, and then when I go to bed for 8 hours, and then I just keep going until I have to go to bed again. But it makes it, I never get sick. It's awesome.
I'm really interested in some of the new characters.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Possibly, yes. Well, Daniel Sherman I can talk about, who is, playing this new character Caleb, who basically exists to be a little bit of a chaos bringer, and in his really terrific and handsome way enters Davina's life and immediately makes an impact. And so he's a fun character to watch. He's kind of up to no good, but he's one of those boys that you don't care because his level of charm is pretty fantastic. So I'm excited about him. We've only shot him very limited stuff so far, but we've got big story plans coming up in the next few. So,
speaking of which, what is going to be the bigger villain or thing that the originals are going to have to go against, outside villain or their own family this season?
Well, it's both, but I would say the problem is that they know how to deal with the outside villain. What they are having a harder time dealing with is the levels of just base wrongness of their own family, and that throws them all off their game individually. And to get back to the the Aiden question, he hasn't been cast yet, but he's meant to make his first appearance in episode 4, not as a Josh love interest, but yes, as a gay character and a werewolf to boot. So we'll see what cooks up there.
We put out the call for fan questions on Twitter, and this was the big one.
Is Josh getting a love interest?
No, not that. We know there's no, official plans to get Caroline in yet, but are you guys going to be planting any seeds in the narrative that indicate her?
Yeah, we talked about there's a conversation Klaus is going to be having with someone who has been sort of keeping observations on his past, and who will probably mention the connection that Klaus had with a particular woman in his past, and reference Caroline, because obviously that was a big moment, a big relationship for him, and continues to linger in his heart and in his brain. He's got eternal plans, I think he declared. So yes, we haven't erased her from the narrative at all. We just we're biding our time until there's an opportunity to bring them together or not bring them together, depending on where the story goes.
Well, he's on New Zealand, so I have to ask, Daniel Gillies pop to
Oh God,
do you love about him?
Daniel Gillies is just he's so creative with his choices, because he just won't take the words and just lay them out there for you. He will paint them, he will embellish them, he'll add layers, he will decorate and scrape and design. He's a real artist. He's really gifted with his craft, and so being able to have him play Elijah has just been, that's really, those two, the reason the show exists is Daniel's gift and Joe's gift as actors, and so I'm super grateful for both of them.
I have a quick question when it comes down to Klaus's biological dad. Is there any time that we think that we're probably going to have him introduced to?
I don't know the answer to that, but I do know that the story about his biological father will be told as Klaus is kind of reliving old past pains in his own family and his own history. We'll learn the story of how Esther met and fell in love with the biological father, and how heartbreaking it was that that Michael's fury led to his demise. So it'll bring up a lot for Klaus, and it'll give Klaus some thinking to do.
So is Hope officially gone for some seasons to come?
Yeah, well,
See her.
Hope is officially not able to be in the city of New Orleans, and frankly, not really able to be with any of the, like, you know, Michelsons. The fact that Rebecca is able to take her away and kind of disappear is about the best we're going to get for keeping her safe. And this season, we will be dealing with a continued threat to her existence and a continued concern on the part of our original family and Haley to make sure that she remains safe. And a lot of things are going to come up that are going to put that into jeopardy. So we will probably get to see her, the baby, but it certainly won't be in New Orleans. And ... you know, and possibly Rebecca, yes.
We see the magical artifacts left behind me by her uncle. Will that be reintroduced at some point?
Yes. We're going to reintroduce those. We're going to reintroduce those early on, and we're actually going to realize that that there are characters on the show that know a thing or two about them that we wouldn't have expected.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Amazing season finale. I cried.
I cried too. Thank you. I did. I was like, this is the saddest thing I've ever seen. It's